Hello fans and friends across the universe. Welcome to my YouTube channel From Me to You. My name's Keir Smith. Today is the 26th of September 2022. It's been 53 years since the release of the Beatles Abbey Road album. And to mark the occasion, I wanted to talk about the famous photo shoot that took place on the 8th of August 1969, the photo shoot that brought us this iconic album cover. As many Beatles fans will know, the original working title for the Abbey Road album was Everest. The Beatles engineer Geoff Emerick was smoking Everest cigarettes in the studio. And the band liked the image of their silhouettes against a white mountain. The cigarette packet will have looked like this. The band had talked about going to Nepal and having the photo shoot there, but as that plan faded, Paul came up with the idea to take the photo outside EMI Studios. Paul was quoted in the Beatles anthology book as saying, "The crossing was right outside, and we said, let's just go out, get a photographer and walk out on the crossing. It'll be done in half an hour." It was quite late, and you always have to get the cover in ahead of the sound. So we got hold of the photographer, Ian McMillan, gave him half an hour and walked across the crossing. Ian McMillan was a friend of John and Yoko's and a freelance photographer, and he was given the all-important job of doing the photo shoot. Prior to the photo shoot, Paul had sketched his ideas for the front cover and presented them to Ian McMillan, who added detail to it, and Paul's sketch looked like this. And so, on the morning of the 8th of August 1969, on a hot day in North London, all four Beatles arrived at EMI Studios for what would become one of their most famous photo shoots. For the photo that would become the front cover of their last record recorded together, Abbey Road. And minutes before the shoot, as the band waited to cross the zebra crossing, Paul's wife Linda took some additional photos. Here's a couple of them. And so, with the photo shoot ready to go ahead, a policeman held up the traffic and Ian McMillan, from a stepladder positioned in the middle of the road, took the 6 shots with a Hasselblad camera with a 50mm lens. Apparently, he was only up there for about 10 minutes. So let's take a look at the 6 photos. Here's the first one. Stop slouching, Paul. Here's the second one. You're still slouching, Paul. Here's the third. No. Here's the fourth photo. A bit better. And the fifth. That's more like it. I think we have a winner. And finally, the 6th photo. Not bad, but number 5 wins the day. And not long after the photo shoot, Paul studied the transparencies and chose the obvious one, photo number 5. It was the only one where the Beatles were walking in time. And you'll notice that for 4 of the 6 photos, Paul was walking barefoot, and this served as further clues to justify the silly Paul is dead rumours that only grew after the album's release. Ian McMillan also took a photograph of a nearby street sign for the back cover. It was situated at the corner of Abbey Road and Alexandra Road. The junction no longer exists. It's been replaced by the Abbey Road housing estate. I thought this was quite interesting too. This is a quote from the Beatles engineer Geoff Emerick, who was indeed the engineer on the Abbey Road album. The only hint they gave me or anybody that Abbey Road would be their last album was on the album cover where they're walking across the street. For people who don't know the geography, they're actually walking away from the EMI Studios, or Abbey Road as everybody knows it now. This was intentional on their part. They didn't want to be seen as walking towards the studio. When I saw that photo, I did think to myself, they're sending a message. So that was the Abbey Road photo shoot. I think it's a marvellous album cover. It's amazing that it looks so uniformed. It looks very deliberate, which of course it wasn't. And I think it was a great idea for the album cover to be taken outside of EMI Studios, where the band had created all of that incredible music. and walking away from it, safe in the knowledge that the job had been done. Very well done, to say the least. The Beatles Abbey Road, their final masterpiece, 53 years young today. I shall be playing the album in its entirety to celebrate it. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thanks as always for watching. See you next time.